Hi, I'm Jess and today I'm going to do my top 10 Disney movies. If you saw my last video, it was the Disney tag, so I'm doing a couple of Disney themed videos before I go to Disney because I'm trying to get myself really excited for this. I'm already really excited, but like more excited. Like, I don't know if it can happen, but I want to be more excited for this. So I'm put these in order, and there are a lot of movies that I've missed out of this list because I just cannot fit them in 10. And yeah, so hopefully this is good. I think I've only got one Pixar movie on here and the rest of them are Disney on their own movies. So let's get started with my top 10. So I'm just going to say them in the order that I've written them down. That's just no order at all. Like just whatever. Like I searched Disney movies and the little Google thing came up and I just wrote the ones that I liked that were my favourites. So no order at all. Maybe top grossing because that might be what it came up with. But other than that, nothing. So my first one is The Little Mermaid, and obviously this is a classic one and I love The Little Mermaid. She may not be very independent and it may be a bit problematic, but I love her with all my heart. She's one of my favourites and she probably was my favourite when I was a kid. I have a Ariel bikini for going to Disneyland. It's got the shells as the bikini top and scales as the bikini bottom and I love it so much. I'm so obsessed with it. I'm like, I'm Ariel! If I had red hair, I'd be Ariel! It's so great. So yeah, The Little Mermaid's just really great. And next is Lilo and Stitch! Oh, I love Stitch so much. I have so many Stitch teddies. I have this Stitch teddy, I have a medium Stitch Tsum Tsum, and I have a little Stitch Tsum Tsum, and I have Angel here, and I have a little USB stick that's Stitch. My phone case is Stitch. I love Stitch so much. He might be my favourite Disney character at the minute, but I always change what Disney character I have. Like the 2 times I've been to the parks, the first time it was Eeyore and the second time it was Tinkerbell, so I got all things of that character when I went. I think this time it's going to be all Stitch because I love Stitch so much. So yeah, Lilo and Stitch is just so fun and I grew up on the series. I really grew up on the series. Like it was just something that I watched all the time and I loved it. So yeah, the series is just so great. I rewatched like the first season a couple of months ago and I just loved it. It was just so good. Next is the Aristocats, and I remember rewatching this over and over and over when I was a kid, and one of the times when I went to Disneyland I got a Duchess teddy, but I have no idea where that went, but I loved her. She sat on top of my wardrobe for ages and I don't remember where she went. My first Tsum Tsum that I got was a Marie Tsum Tsum, and I love Aristocats. I just think it's so cute and it's such an underrated film. Apparently in Japan they really love it, but here it's just not a film that people love. And I rewatched it, half of it, a few months ago and I really loved it. Again, I still love it. Next is The Emperor's New Groove, and I watched this the day before results day because I had been doing a Disney marathon to like have the stress like leave me, and we were thinking about booking Disney anyway, and so I was like getting excited about that, and I felt like this was the best stress-free Disney movie and I still feel like that. Emperor's New Groove is so funny and it breaks the fourth wall all the time and makes fun of itself and it's so funny. I really just love laughing at this so much and it's just really odd but it's really great, and again it was another one that I grew up on the TV show. The Emperor's New School was a great TV show and it was so random but it was so great. I haven't rewatched that TV show but I just remember it being really great. Next is another quite obscure one, and that's Treasure Planet. Me and Harry watched it again a couple of months ago and I just love it. That song just, oh, I love that song. It brings back so many memories. Treasure Planet is just so great. Next is probably my favourite. I don't know, it's my current favourite I think. and that's Tangled. I so love Tangled. Rapunzel is my favourite Disney princess. I love her so much. I feel like Tangled is so underrated because it came just before Frozen did, and Frozen like blew up, and Tangled didn't blow up as big as Frozen did, and I feel like it's really underrated, but it's so good, and I feel like it's better than Frozen. I like it more than Frozen, definitely. Frozen doesn't even make this list, so Tangled wins in my heart. Also, I can't not cry at the bit where she has her hair cut off. Next is the only Pixar movie on this list, and that is WALL-E. I remember going to see WALL-E at the cinema when it came out, and I think it was when I was in year 7, so I would have been 11, and like it was one of my friends from primary school's birthday, and it was probably the last time I saw all of them, which is really sad, but a great memory. And it was definitely the last time we were all together, and we went to see it. Then we went to a pub afterwards, and we all loved WALL-E, and it was so good. I just love WALL-E. I love that it is like half of it is like a silent movie, and it didn't even bother me. I loved it so much. Like, I didn't care that WALL-E never spoke. I'm so in love with WALL-E. Like, I love him. Next is Beauty and the Beast. Belle is again one of my favourite princesses. If you've watched the Disney tag, you'll know that the 3 princesses that are my favourites are in this video. Yeah, so I loved her, and I loved all the princesses that I grew up with. Like, I think the only ones I didn't really love was Mulan and Pocahontas, because I hadn't really seen their films. I've only recently seen Mulan, and I haven't seen Pocahontas. Again, I probably watched it when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast is great. I love Beauty and the Beast. I loved Gaston's song, and all the songs in it are great. Everything's great in it. It's Disney, of course it's great. And next is another princess movie, sort of, and that's Aladdin. And Jasmine was, again, I think she got bumped off my top 3 Disney princesses because Rapunzel was there, she was there, but I just love Rapunzel so much that she had to come in the top 3, and Jasmine had to leave, which I'm sad about. But I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm sorry. I mean, she has a tiger. She's great. I love her, but not as much as Tangled. So yeah, I like that Aladdin was about the prince and not the princess, and he's probably the prince that is the most developed, except for like Tangled, out of the like classic ones, because like Eric isn't developed at all. Like we don't know much about Eric. But yeah, I think he's like the only prince that's really, really well developed. I like that, because obviously it's his movies, that's why he's developed, but still. And last one is Atlantis. And I really struggled with this because there are so many Disney movies that came out recently, like Big Hero 6 and Zootopia, that I loved and wanted to go on this list, but I don't feel like they've made it yet. I just don't feel like they can be called my top 10. This isn't a definitive list because like this is going to change throughout my life. Things are going to get bumped off this for other ones, but it's a list for now. But Atlantis is great, and it's one of those that's really underrated. I loved Kira. Is it Kira or Kira? Kira? I think it's Kira. I'm not sure. I loved her when I was a kid. Again, it's one of me and Harry rewatched when we watched Treasure Planet, because those are 2 movies that we both really, really enjoyed. And Kira should be a Disney princess. She should be a Disney princess. She'd be alternative and great, and she has white hair, and she's a princess. She's great. I haven't seen Return to Atlantis yet, but it's on my to-watch list, so I will watch that at some point. So that was my top 10 Disney movies. I hope you enjoyed it. I love Disney, and I'm so excited to go there. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.